Hey there, this is Tina, and I'm so excited to show you and walk you through the LinkedIn Operating System Review by Justin Welsh. If you don't already know who I am, I help content creators create passive income online through no-code automation, affiliate marketing, and email marketing. And we share tons of tools and resources like this one to help you throughout your journey within the content creation process. So if you're new here, welcome. Go ahead, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and dive in to today's video. So today, again, we're going to be walking through the LinkedIn Operating System Review by Justin Welsh. So I like to start with all good things like an agenda. So we're going to walk through what is the LinkedIn Operating System, what's the difference between Content OS as well as LinkedIn OS, a sneak peek behind the scenes inside LinkedIn Operating System, and talk about the things that I like about LinkedIn OS and the things that I don't like about LinkedIn OS. I'll go ahead and give you my final decision, and I'll let you know of any coupon codes and bonuses that you can receive by going ahead and purchasing the LinkedIn operating system. So this is a deep dive review. I know what it's like to be a person on the fence and really decide, is this the course that's going to be for me? And I'm really going to walk you through this entire process. So with that being said, let's get started. All right, so let's go ahead and walk you through the first bullet point of our agenda on what is LinkedIn OS. Well, the first thing that I think most people want to know is what is the cost of LinkedIn OS. So if you don't already know this, it is $150, and I wouldn't necessarily consider it a cost in terms of the general negative connotation of cost. I would actually really consider this an investment because it is truly one of the greatest courses that I can recommend when it comes to growing on LinkedIn. But some notes that I think are important that I pulled directly from the sales page on kind of what the value proposition of LinkedIn operating system is. It's helping you go from being undiscovered on LinkedIn to going ahead and monetizing and growing your LinkedIn account. So very clear and concise on what are the results that you can expect to get from this course. And this course is for anyone who is a professional or soon to be who wants to grow their LinkedIn brand, get some attention online, and earn some income. So if you are a person that falls into that niche, I think this is a great course for you. I would say as a person, as a content creator myself, this is a really great starter course for someone who is brand new on LinkedIn, who's trying to build a following on LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is one of those platforms where it really attracts a more professional niche audience. So having this course alongside your toolkit to help you take steps ahead to grow your reach, I think that this will definitely help you. So pulling directly from the page itself from his website, LinkedIn operating system and operating system are kind of used synonymously in terms of those names can go back and forth. So for purposes of this video, we're going to walk through the LinkedIn operating system, or that's what we're going to call it. But, it's a guide to walk you through the success on LinkedIn. And some kind of highlights that I think are important to mention is turn your profile into a high converting landing page, develop a system for creating reliable, engaging content, scale your following and engagement into dependable income, network with decision makers. And it's really the exact same system that he's used to attract an audience for his profile, but also to teach thousands of students within his course. So the fact that he has thousands of students, and I can speak for myself because I am a student who has taken this course, really is a testament in terms of the type of content and the type of value that he can provide within his course. So let's go ahead and talk about the difference between Content OS as well as LinkedIn OS. So if you have come across both courses, you may be wondering the question of, well, what is the difference between the two? One thing that I would say is that LinkedIn OS and Content OS are actually the same price. So at this point of recording, they're both $150, but they have very different outcomes, right? The core focus for LinkedIn OS is LinkedIn. When it comes to Content OS, the core focus of that is to go ahead and create, a strategy and a system in order to create content at scale. But one of the things that I would say was that LinkedIn OS is more geared towards the individuals who just want to focus on the platform LinkedIn, but who are also maybe new to the content creation game, who want to figure out how to establish a brand voice, how to identify their niche. LinkedIn OS might be the better course for that. If you're someone who already knows those information, then I wouldn't recommend LinkedIn OS. I would recommend Content OS because that's going to be something that's going to teach you how to scale even deeper. And like I've said, just one last thing to iterate. Content OS, I would say, is more for the advanced individual who already knows their audience, their niche, everything like that, and is really just taking to the next steps to scale their content production. LinkedIn OS is for someone, I would say, who's brand new to the content creation game, really wants to figure out a core platform such as LinkedIn, and it's a little bit more beginner friendly. And this is the individual who doesn't know their niche, doesn't know their voice, doesn't know their writing style. Everything when it comes to LinkedIn OS is that's going to cover it. So I would say that is the course I would take if you are in that position. Start with LinkedIn OS first, and then if you're more advanced, start with Content OS. So I wanted to walk you through a little bit of a sneak peek inside the LinkedIn OS on what it looks like from a student perspective. I know you can go to their sales page and you could see, all the great things, the highlights, but I think it's important for someone who is a potential student to see the actual insides of like what does it look like for a student. So I just go ahead and screenshotted these pictures of it. I will say that this is the time of this recording, so if he decides to update the course, then that might change. I would say that one of the great things about this course is that he's constantly updating it. I've seen it both in LinkedIn OS as well as definitely in Content OS. So it's not just material that gets outdated, but I would say that a lot of his strategies are timeless strategies. But if there's something coming up, I've definitely seen him update his content. So I would say that, you're paying for this course once, but you're getting a lifetime of opportunity and knowledge and being able to truly grow from that point on. So let's just kind of walk through the sneak peek inside LinkedIn OS. So it walks you through the course introduction, the foundation. The foundation, I would say, is really valuable, again, for those individuals who are in the beginner stages, who want to know, their persona, who want to know their way of writing, on how are they going to write, things like that, the type of brand that they're going to establish, and really being able to talk about those things. So when you get into trade 1 all the way to trade 3, it's really going to emulate on how to have those conversations with yourself, how to have the conversations that you are going to establish as a beginner creator, things like that. Now, this is, I would say, the next step in terms of content creation. This is where the meat comes into the sandwich of really identifying, again, your voice. So figuring out, the type of content that you're going to create. Are you going to be someone who leads the tribe? Are you going to be someone who does discovering for your audience, reporting to your audience? I won't go into the details on what that looks like because the course does a better job than I could, but it really goes into the types of style of content that you're going to write. And when you think about the content is both your traffic generator, but it is also a way for you to kind of separate and niche your audience down, because you're going to really attract the individuals that want to read your content, and you're going to, not attract the individuals that don't read your content. So the fact that he goes into this whole deep dive section is pretty awesome. And if you really were to compare it against all the other categories, I would say content creation is the largest section of this because it is so important. And this is why I'm really emphasizing that if you are in that beginner phase of content creator, things like that, establishing a brand on LinkedIn OS is going to be your best bet in terms of what to start with first. And then when you're on that most advanced phase, you can go into Content OS. But another thing that I would say is that when it comes to content creation, because this goes into the nuances of that, you can take these styles, you can take these strategies and really apply it to any other platform. So the fact that this is geared towards LinkedIn is something that you can start with, but it's not something that you have to end with, right? You can go to Medium, you could go to Twitter, any platforms that is written-based content. I think you can definitely apply these strategies to those platforms as well. Moving onwards, it goes into the next steps of building your tribe, LinkedIn lead capture. I would definitely say he has a really awesome strategy when it comes to LinkedIn lead capture that I was really surprised about, but it goes into that kind of main takeaway of creating a profile funnel and landing page for your account and really being able to walk through those steps with that. And then it goes into the business workflow in terms of if you really want to monetize your account, what are the strategies you're going to use both inbound and outbound, things of that nature. So I've kind of walked through the sneak peek inside LinkedIn OS. Let me walk you through a little bit of what I actually like about LinkedIn operating system. So some of the things that I really love is that it's bingeable and it's recorded in bite-sized pieces. And that is so important because it really just takes out the entire fluff of the course, right? I've seen so many courses where it's just so much fluff and you just want to get to the point. Well, I wouldn't really be too concerned with LinkedIn OS because it gets to the point pretty quickly. And I could say you can definitely, binge through this course within a day. depending on how fast you read it through the content, I think this is a really great, place for you to start. And then another great thing that I would say is that it's really great uncovering the foundation pieces of copywriting. We just talked about that for, a couple minutes now. But like I said, and I'm going to reiterate again, it helps you establish your brand voice and style. If you're in the beginner phases, this is definitely the course for you. And then another thing that I would say that I really like about his teaching style is that it breaks the concepts into show up pieces, right? So I've seen a lot of content creators or just course creators where they just theory, but when it comes to actually showing how it looks like in action, I don't see a ton of that in terms of other course creators. But I would definitely say when it comes to Justin Welsh's content, because I've taken both courses, is that it does a really good job in showing it in action, right? And that is a really true testament in terms of his strategy, because you can show, the theory, but you can also show proof that it works. And if you're able to see that and track that, that just really is a testament in terms of the strategies that are timeless over time. So I think that's something that is really good to keep in mind when you're deciding between courses to invest in. Now, I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to talk about the things that I don't like about, LinkedIn operating system. Things that are really important for you to kind of improve upon is that, I'm kind of surprised as someone who is a no-coder myself. I have read articles on Justin Welsh leveraging no-code and technology and able to streamline his processes. I was kind of hoping to see a little bit of automation things at play, because I definitely know that there's some little strategies that you can take to really automate the content creation process with LinkedIn. So I was kind of hoping for that, but unfortunately I didn't really see that. So that's just something that could be room for improvement, but I can see kind of both sides where it would be definitely beneficial, but sometimes when it comes to tech, it can be quite confusing. So I can see both sides on why he included it, or why he could have included it, and why he wouldn't include it. But I would just say, as someone who's a no-coder myself, it's something that I would have liked to see. Another thing that I could say in terms of improving this course would be content could be transcribed for the hearing impaired. I think it's really great that he really talks through in terms of the visual content for visual learners, but for anyone who's trying to really maybe read faster or get through their course faster, if you're able to kind of just have the written transcripts, I think that would be something that would be beneficial as well. And then I think another thing that I would say is that I wish there was more content on being able to find creators to engage with at your level. Now, this is kind of a caveat here. So I have definitely walked through this course, and he's walked through the process on finding creators that are on a search basis, but I would say to find creators that are at your level or that's serving the similar audience types, I think that's something that I would like a little bit more of a deep dive in. But I would say that his process is a good starting point, but to go into deeper in terms of everything of like the same level, I think that's something that would be definitely beneficial to include. All right, so let's talk about the final decision on this course. So one of the things that I would say is that it is a solid course that over-delivers in value. I have taken tons of courses, spent thousands of dollars, like truthfully, I have. And the fact that this course is $150 and it provides so much action-packed knowledge, it's not just a course that's just theory, but actually shows it in action, is something that is commendable and is something that I would definitely say provides a ton of value when it comes to this course. So one of the things that I've looked in right now in terms of bonuses as well as coupon codes is I did see this coupon code, so I would definitely screenshot it and apply it at checkout if it helps you out. And it's temporary, so depending on when you watch this video, it may not be available, but it's something to keep in mind. But it is some temporary relief pricing for 20% off, and I think if you can get the discount, get the discount. And then another thing that I would say is that my bonus, so complete transparency, I am an affiliate for this course. However, I want to say that I do not promote anything that I do not recommend or I have not taken myself. So I'm giving you the scenes and the insight as both a student as also someone who is being completely transparent that I am an affiliate. So I do make a commission at no extra cost to you if you decide to purchase through my link. However, I do want to make it worthwhile that if you decide to purchase through my link, I'll give you a 30 plus templates library completely for free if you use my affiliate link in the description below. And I highly recommend for you to fill out the LinkedIn or the Airtable purchase form, proof of purchase form, because if you can do that, I can validate that you purchased through my affiliate link, and then I can actually, individually send you the gift that I'm going to be giving you because you purchased through my affiliate link. But overall, I truly believe that LinkedIn OS is a solid course for you to get started if you're a brand new creator. If you are someone who is at the more advanced stage, I recommend Content OS, but if you're in the beginner stage, LinkedIn OS is your best bet. So if you have any questions, definitely feel free to comment below, and I'm happy to walk you through them. Have a good rest of your day. Bye!